Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am collecting madness. There's always madness in love, and we love collecting. And what better way to come back than to unbox Carnage himself? Let's go. Guys, so welcome back. I do want to apologize in advance. I'm shooting this video a little bit differently. You can see some of the borders up here, but that's because this guy is huge. Look at my hand. Also, by the way, was on honeymoon. I'm so glad to be back. I'm a married man now. Thank you all for subscribing, the continued support while I was away. And since we're talking about that, we have a goal of 750 subscribers. So if you're new to the channel, you like Carnage, you like Marvel, Star Wars, Lego, Harry Potter, you name it, WWE, it'll be here on the channel at some point if it isn't already. So please hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below on what you already think of this figure. Without that, all of that out of the way, let's talk about Carnage himself. This is the deluxe version. You do get this special packaging that is like a shimmery red there. You can see it. This is MMS 620. It is a 1/6 scale collectible. However, it looks like a dang statue. It is from none other than Venom, Let There Be Carnage. On the side of the box here, we have more of Carnage and that shimmery and the symbiote. Guys, I can't stress this enough of how massive this box is. It just has me grinning ear to ear, and I'm so excited to open it. Carnage himself there. You know, some legal info on the back, a Disney sticker, and that's about it. So with Carnage, this is a slip cover. I'm going to try and do this on camera. Here we have another image of Carnage himself, and this is beautiful. Like, I know I have a little bit of a ding here. That's normal. This is a huge box. It's also very heavy, so kind of can't get mad at that, but the artwork is still intact, and it's even got a little bit of like a two-tone kind of feel to it. Like on this side, you can feel the lettering of Let There Be Carnage. So it's basically the font all over it, and then the back, another image of the figure himself. Guys, I'm super excited. Let's just start this. Enough about the box. This window here does pop open, so you have to be careful. You will see you got the clamshell here, as well as Carnage himself inside the clamshell there. This is the deluxe. You do get the Venom bust, so we will be taking a look at that here shortly throughout this video. But I'm going to get all of this stuff out, take a look at everything he comes with, take a look at his accessories and that bust, and then we'll look at Carnage, and we'll really see if Hot Toys did a good job. Holy cow, I am overwhelmed with all this stuff that he comes with. I literally kept saying holy moly, and while picking it up, all the weight that comes with this figure, and not just the figure himself. It's no wonder that box is so heavy. I can't wait for, if you guys are picking this up, that you guys get to go through this experience if you're picking him up. It is surreal. I haven't unboxed a Hot Toys like him. He's probably my heaviest figure. Now, I can't speak for somebody who got the Hulkbuster, but for a 1/6 scale like actual figure, this guy is pretty overwhelming and massive, and he's unlike anything I've ever dealt with before. And some of these actually feel really gruesome and nasty to the touch, but we're gonna go with some of his weapons here. You can see all of this sculpted detail, and it's really pointy too, so I like that. These pegs seem really nice and thick, so they're not gonna break on you. I wouldn't worry about that. You do get his claw here, and you can see all the ridges for like gripping and the points for stabbing. It came with a foam block here so that it's protected inside. I really like that. I'll keep that there for now unless I'm using it. You do then get this scythe kind of thing, and again, just the holes from the symbiote. You can really look at the black veins running through it, the red, it just looks like tendons and ooey gooey-ness. And it even has a weird texture, like I feel like I'm holding a piece of meat or something. So if you didn't think you got enough hands, well, think again, because there's a ton here to go over. Another kind of claw weapon hand to stab you with. You know, just multiple things that he can take you out with. I mean, he is Carnage after all, so that's what he does, causes carnage and chaos. Just different things to just stab you with or shoot at you with. Like, holy cow, guys. I'm really impressed, and I haven't even held Carnage in my hand yet. Like, just the way some of these wrap around, like, there is no two that are kind of the same. They're all different and do their own unique thing. Like this one, I mean, if it, dude, I just keep thinking if this like penetrated you, like this is crazy detail and all the speckling that runs through it. I'm mind blown. I'm absolutely loving this figure right now. So now these things, if you've ever had a meat stick or Slim Jims, that's exactly what this feels like to me. As thick as it is. However, I don't recommend you eat this. I don't recommend you eat any plastic. You can see there's a clear rod here that does peg in specifically to the figure himself, and these are rubber at the end, so it will look like it's conforming out of his back. And you do get a bunch of these, and then there's clear pieces here that will peg in for all these different weapons and whatever you want to use, and you will find that on each of the different tendrils here. That one had 3, this one has 2. Again, just gorgeous detail. Feels awesome in the hand, feels gruesome, nasty. Another double, and then another single. And now that I've said Slim Jim, you guys probably can't get that out your head, because at least I can't, but that's the closest feeling to what this thing feels like that I can get in my hand. Now, something I had to have, because I have Venom, I'm a huge fan of these films, I had to have this. It is magnetic, and it is that Venom and Eddie Brock sculpt. Guys, look at that. The cloud in the eye is still there. The rotting sculpted of the teeth, the individual sculpted ones here, they're pointy. I love the vein work that looks like it's actually wrapping around his head, and he has that sinister look, and it really gives you that We Are Venom look. I do like that there's a little bit of a nameplate here for that official bust museum kind of look. Another thing I love about this bust is that it's sculpted. It's not that rubbery that you do get on Venom. You still get a little bit of the vein work here, and in person you guys probably can't see it on camera, but there is a purple sheen on here just like there is on the figure, and you can swap out head sculpts for this Venom bust. You can put on the actual Venom one that you have if you have the figure, or you can keep this look on him. Personally, I think I'm going to keep this on it because it came with it, and I'm going to have Venom and Carnage kind of doing their own thing in the display. Then here comes a nice sculpt that I wish Hot Toys did with Venom. This is the first thing I saw. There is no magnetic thing poking out. It's underneath all the painted. So if I wanted to pose him screaming like this, which I originally wanted to do with Venom, I can with him. It's unfortunate I can't with Venom, but I'm so glad they did it with Carnage. And just, it's painted to the nines. Inside, those teeth, the eyes, you can see a little bit of the symbiote, like they're stressed. The black, the red. Guys, I'm honestly speechless. Foam padding. With this sculpt as the Venom one, you can take the tongues that it comes with, and you just place them in there, and they should magnetically attach. Yep. And they snap into their place. So I guess there's a specific point with the magnet that it only goes into one spot, because it kind of took itself there purposely. So you can have it going off to the left, off to the right, or just like Venom, kind of longer and all the way straight out. Whatever you want to do, I'm so glad that there's options with these figures. And then last but not least, we're going to talk about the base here. It is a massive base for a massive figure, and I actually love the way it looks. It's not just an image of two eyes like you got with Venom, and I know the Venom one kind of matches this style for this one. Unfortunately, I got the 1.0. It's not unfortunate because I love the figure, so I shouldn't say that, but it won't match this base. However, the style of base matches, and this one says Carnage in a nice red metallic nameplate versus Venom's silver. And there's a bit of texture. This is, you know, very shimmery and raised. So this is a really nice piece, and it will hold Carnage up because he's a big boy and he needs it. Goodness gracious. This guy is massive. Holy crap. He feels so heavy, so awesome in hands, so stable. Like, he's very stiff, very ratcheted. Oh, wow. It goes back a little bit. Anyways, let's focus here because I am so excited about this figure. He just looks so nasty and veiny and all these tendrils. He feels wet. I love the finish. All the speckle of that red and the black veins. His torso, he just looks like he's constantly being ripped apart, causing so much destruction. I absolutely love Carnage. Now, I know some people were upset about how he's too tall, doesn't look like anything the, you know, animated or comic looks like. I grew up on the animated, never really got into the comic or whatever, and I'm a huge fan of Carnage, so the fact that they did one for the live action, I personally like the films. I know a lot of people didn't, but I found some humor in it. I found some great points, and honestly, sometimes it's good to change things up a bit, and I love just how chaotic he was. Now, I know if it was a rated R film, probably would have been a little bit more that Carnage himself could have done, but I was pretty happy with what they did, and it made the figure or character do what he was supposed to do, which was supposed to be scary in the first place. And seeing this figure in person, it kind of creeps you out, but it's awesome to look at the same time. Now, you will notice he is a bit rubbery here, so his upper torso is rubbery all the way from the crotch up to about the neck, and then his shoulders, arms, legs, and feet are all sculpted plastic, and the color from the rubber to the plastic isn't that bad. Actually, I don't think it's bad at all. It actually looks pretty spot on of being the same color all throughout the figure, so I'm pretty happy about that. And it does look like he does seem to get dark from the top and then lighter red at the bottom. But just looking at these hands, like, they are so sharp, so be extremely careful, so nicely detailed. I can go on forever about this, but his head is also magnetic. You can swap this head out for the other head, and you could have him kind of screaming. And the beautiful thing about having a magnetic sculpt is you can go up as much as you want, you can go down, you could even have it going sides. So really your options are limitless as far as head. Even if you want to be creepy, you could have him turned around screaming backwards. I personally probably wouldn't do that. I might end up going with this look or even putting a tongue in there, and that's simple too. Like I said, it's a magnetic and you just pop it in there, and look at that, he's already completely a different look than what he was. So I definitely like the options here. And again, just like we talked about with the other sculpt, his teeth here you can see are all glossy and kind of rotted. They go from a light to a darker towards the gums. The eye has that vein work in it like they're stressed. It's got a little bit of red. And I just love how the light reflects off of these. This guy just looks simply nasty, and I absolutely love it. Now, as far as articulation goes, like I said, he is stiff. These arms do pop out, so you can pop them in and out. You'll hear it. You hear it pop in more than out, but yeah, you pop it out, and then you're able to have more room to do whatever you want with the figure. So it does go up the full way. Does bend on ratchets only to a 90. It's not double. It's just 90, but it is pretty good. I don't think you're going to do too much with him. So just like his leg, just like Venom, you pull down. It is very hard to pull down, and it makes a clicking noise. So when you do, you can hear the ratchets. And I'm going to push it back up because I'm not going to have him like that. But it does go out. I'm not going to stress this guy too much because I don't want to, ruin the paint. As far as Venom and Carnage goes, I kind of keep them pretty basic. I don't go too crazy. The knee here, the symbiote and stuff does cover that knee joint, but once you bend it, it is exposed. It is on ratchets as well and only goes to 90. The feet, it's not on a ball peg. It just looks like a single one that you kind of have to rotate and then turn. So single jointed is what that seems to be there. And then obviously the same on the other side. He does crunch on ratchets, very strong ratchet, as well as bend backwards, puffing that chest out. And he does twist on ratchet as well. So this is a very, very sturdy figure, and I'm absolutely happy with him. So I did want to show you guys a quick little thing here. I mentioned earlier about this bust. The heads are interchangeable, so you could pop it off just like so, and then take from your Venom figure and pop this on. But for some reason, to me, the head looks a little bit smaller than what it would be without the one, so the proportion's a little bit off to me. I don't know if that's just me, so that is why I said I would keep this on. Now, if you didn't want to do this and you wanted to say grab your Venom figure, you absolutely could do that as well. And because it's magnetic, it just pops right on, and I think this absolutely looks incredible. The proportion doesn't seem that too far out of whack to me here. However, because it is Venom and most of him is already covered in the symbiote, I think I'm going to keep the Venom sculpt as the Venom sculpt and just keep this on the bus for my personal collection. Just to do a side-by-side comparison, you can see that Carnage absolutely towers Venom, and I absolutely love it. I actually don't mind this because if Carnage is supposed to be, more deadly and whatnot, I would expect him to feel like a bigger threat, and that's exactly what they went for in the movies. So, again, my personal opinion, you don't have to agree with that. You actually don't even have to pick this figure up. But you can see Venom is a little bit more bulkier. He's also shorter, so short and stocky. And then Carnage is like super tall, super lanky, and kind of awkward looking at the same time with all those tendrils going kind of crazy, and I absolutely love it. So just going over the back of the figure, and no, we're not here to look at his butt, we're here to look at these points here. You can see this one is poked out a little bit more. That's because I got it started. You can use your fingernail to dig it out, but as you can tell, I bite nails, so it's a little bit harder for me to get out, and it sits a little bit more flush like this one. I don't think it's as blended as the Venom one is, if you remember, but for Carnage, it still does a good job of holding that piece in. And then you can take a tendril and you can plug it right in. Now you will see it is keyed into a D, and there's a D here, so it only goes one way. And once it is, it kind of sprouts over the back, and that is how it attaches and kind of looks weird with just one. And the same could be said for any of his attachments. It is keyed, so it does go in a certain way. These are also keyed. Line them up, and they slide right over, and they blend actually pretty seamlessly, so I'm happy about this look as well. My goodness, I hope this guy fits in my DTOF. I know for a fact I'm going to have to lower a shelf, but that is okay, because I don't think I want to take him out of how he looks right now. I'm blown away. But, dude, I am mind blown by this figure. This is absolutely insane what you can do with him, and this is just one of the many poses that you can get with Carnage. I'm so excited to put him in my collection. I'm so excited to get him next to Venom. Guys, that'll do it for today. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I did, please leave a like, comment down below your thoughts on this figure. Let me know if you're picking him up. Always smash that subscribe button. We have a goal of 750. And as always, take care, and we'll see you in the next one.